Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's live SEO Q&A with Mr. ChrisPalmer.org, sponsored by The News Guy. The link is below. It still is 38 Digital Market, just a slight rebrand on the news side of things. So it is still Mr. Randy Rodet and his amazing service, but he has rebranded as The News Guy, and the link is below if you're wanting those digital PRs. So check them out. But we are here to answer your questions. So let us know any questions you've got. Let us know where in the world you're from over in the chat, and we will do our best to answer as many of the questions as we possibly can. No such thing as a stupid question, just
stupid
fire away with whatever you have to throw at us, and we'll work our way through it. But in the meantime, Chris, whilst we're waiting on these beautiful people putting in their questions, what's new in the world of Mr. Palmer? You said you were sweating there. They've got you sweating up in there.
It's been sweating. Yeah, I had a few clients making me sweat here, but what's new? Finally got the front of search engine optimization tools.com done. Got some of the initial tools in there, the free downloads. So I'm pretty stoked on that. Got a new location for the proxies.
Nice.
So expanding on that. Now that we got the Next.js developer and they do super sick work, I'm just going to have him start doing the fancy designs for me. So I'll probably do that for the proxy site. Clients making me sweat. That's about it. That's it, man.
Just a usual week then for everyone.
Yeah, like the SaaS tool just got kind of off the ground, got some free stuff, expanded on the proxy network, had to eradicate a whole bunch of blog network sites that were I was unhappy with.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to move a bunch of stuff off of Cloud Pages and start like pushing stuff out to like CloudFront, other CDNs. So I have a nice clean list now. Yeah, just taking away some of the lower equity type services or stuff that really bogs down the team. Just trying to maximize output, but have cost low and value high. That's it, man. That's it. Finite in the services while still investing and expanding. Right. Still trying to grow. It's fun, man. I love it. How about you?
Not a lot wrong with me, or not a lot new with me. I was in hospital with a kidney stone problem again at the start of the week.
Sorry.
But but that's still ongoing. But yeah, that's all that's new with me. I've been in hospital, so I've not had the time to get involved in too much. But also, Nerdy Romero, I'm still waiting on Randy giving me his fucking proper logo. That is my person, my graphic designer.
Ariel.
So I just wanted to throw Randy's new brand out there. So we quickly rustled something up until Randy gives us something. But if you're referring to that logo, it's kind of Randy's fault. Randy, give me the fucking good version of what you want up here, because it does look rather plain. I'm with you, Nerdy. But yeah, she just rustled it together like 15 minutes ago on her way out the door. So
she did a good job.
Yeah.
A lot of effort.
Yeah.
Looks like something I would have did.
By the way, she watches every one of these.
She did a good job.
Things. So she normally goes through the video in the morning, chops it up, and takes little clips out. And so she is going to see it. So sorry, Sam. Sorry. More effort required. But guys, you are slow with questions. Put your questions in the chat. Nerdy, what have you got to ask us? Anything you want to pick Palmer's brain on, whether it be his proxies. What new locations did you get?
Colorado, basically. That's the newest.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I have PA, Colorado, and California.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Not it's completely irrelevant, but the customer is always right. It's the device location. But hey, whatever they want. Well, what's going on today? Did you push this one out?
Yeah.
Did you have other live meetings this week?
Nope. I was off on Monday, but we have got one question so far. But yeah, it is slow. So guys, don't just sit there and listen. Give us something to play with. But our Saul has said all the niche guys seem to be imploding. What is your thoughts on that, Chris?
What do you mean by imploding? So they're getting away from it. They don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
Right. They're exploding within. I don't know. That's not my twist. I guess I do stay in my lane, but I'm quite diverse, but it's still in the same avenue. What are my thoughts on it? I can't really speak on it. It's not something I allocate time towards. I primarily focus on selling shovels. That's how I look at it.
So I seen a tweet or so recently, just prior to coming on, and there was a chap who has done a kind of case study on a lot of Ricky from the income schools templates that were rolled out on these niche sites, shall we call it. And there obviously is a trend. I think they analysed over 2,000 websites, and the trend is going downwards massively. So it isn't looking good on those niche websites. Is that the end of niche websites? I don't think it's the end of niche websites by any stretch of the imagination, but I think, websites that you're just chucking up and putting minimal effort in and doing a whole load of commercial content and all that kind of stuff, I think those days are long gone. I think the barrier to entry is a little bit higher. And I think a lot of these niche website guys are not at the level required to understand that. They don't go in depth. They're just wanting a quick buck, if you like. And I can see a lot of those guys imploding or maybe not want to put the effort in. And also, if you've been making, let's say, £10,000 a month from a website that you've rattled out for the last few years, and you've been lucky enough to make that kind of money, and then it's taken away from you, of course it's a kick in the teeth and maybe would keep you down, where you're just like, I'm not doing that again. That was a sore one. So I think I hear a lot of these kind of conversations going on, and I think for me, SEO is SEO. Whether you're doing a niche website or whether you're doing local SEO or whether you're doing national SEO, it's much of the same thing out with the kind of local stuff. I know local's a little bit different, but I think, there are just certain things you have to be doing to make it look like a real business. And that's where these niche website guys have fallen down massively. So I think we have to address that more than they need to do. What do we need to do now to perform well? And it's not a whole bunch of best this, best that, buy this, buy that. It's just not the way forward. So, hopefully that answers the question.
I may or may not. I mean, I'm sorry it happened to income school. That's a shame. A real shame.
You had something going on there before, right?
They were I think the first. Oh no, I had another one. They were one of the only people to ever copyright strike one of my videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was very sad. Just tearing up. But yeah, back onto that though. So yeah, the niche sites. So throwing up 50 pages, letting it sit. But to your point though, if you're making $10,000 a month, not that that's a crazy number, but it's livable, right? I would be scrambling. I guess that's where the implode comes from, to figure out, okay, well, how do I build topical relevance, right? How do I build out these silos? How do I properly internal link? Okay, what's the difference between a good link and a bad link? Wouldn't you be hurrying up to try to figure these things out?
Yeah, but they don't think that deep about SEO, in my opinion. You know, these guys, for me, a lot of them, I'm not saying all of them, but some of these guys are hobbyists more than SEO professionals. And they don't want to spend that money or go to the time and effort that's required to do the job properly. And you know, they won't take a punt on themselves and invest the right type of money in it, you know. And I think one of the things you've said, Chris, recently was the more money you spend, the more money you make. And it took you a while to kind of figure that part out. You know, you do always start off with you know, I'm making 10 grand of money and it's 10 grand a month and it's all staying in my fucking pocket. We're not investing in anything. You don't hire staff. You don't do the right things. But the more you spend, the more you can scale and grow and earn. And I think a lot of these guys have that kind of mentality where it's my profit and I'm not fucking investing in all of that other stuff. So that's just my opinion on it from the small amount of guys I know who have those websites. I'm not saying everyone's like that by any stretch of the imagination, but you must do more. And
it sucks. We all have to do more. That's true. And then the page refreshes. Oh, it is torture lately.
Yeah.
Or we can call it fun. You know,
torture. Fuck it. No one wants to be going through this.
Oh,
like pulling fucking teeth. But on to nerdy. Any good recommendations for Python-based SEO scripts or tools? You fuck around with stuff, Chris, but any good recommendations at all that you can give up?
I mean, the only recommendation is if you have an idea or a process, you know, Gemini and ChatGPT are your friends. Now, the problem is creating the scripts and getting the scripts to run is easy, right? But what we really want is we want it to be easy and seamless so we could pass it to somebody, right? Because whatever we're doing, it's probably an automation or we're looking to do something faster that we have to do manually. So creating the script isn't the problem. It's getting somebody to take care of the front end, right? So my recommendation is whatever the thought is, whatever the process is, think of it in depth. Go to Gemini or ChatGPT and get yourself a base Python script that does the functionality and then test it. Once you have that, go and hire somebody that does cheap to Django work or somebody to put a front end on it. So that way it's even easier. Then you could pass that job off. Like, oh, we're going to check citations for people. All right, let's make a script, put a front end on it. Hey, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So that's that epiphany dawned on me probably 8 months ago, and poof, search engine optimization tools.com was born. Like, wait a minute, I got all these scripts, but I'm still doing the work. I don't want to do the work, and I don't have 8 hours to allocate to teach them how to run this script or how it works, or right. Yeah. But I could give them a dashboard. I could give them a server. So yeah, help
there, nerdy. So people can go there now and play with some of the free shit you've got.
Definitely. Yeah, I think the free stuff that we have in there right now is probably some Chrome extensions, just to get like a taste. But yeah, Chrome extensions. I think I have a citation checker. And then a geo switcher. Just like something, just to like, you know, hey, I have a site, check this out. But really the main objective here is keyword cannibalization based without doing any API. So you give me your CSV and we'll do the calculation. Still entity tool, geomaps, grid checker, review checker. I got a boatload. I don't want to give anybody a good idea. I got this squad now. I built a team around it. It's coming.
It's coming, nerdy. It's coming. Gaming Room Guru, what is the best way to acquire new SEO clients consistently, Chris?
Well, I'm not sure, which niche or market that you're in or where you're at in your journey, right? But something that you need to fully understand is the lifetime value of your customer on average, right? Once we can understand that, the best way to consistently drive leads without any shadow of a doubt is going to be pick your platform. Facebook video does exceptionally well. Twitter is off the chain for whatever reason. Super underpriced. All of them. Pick your social media platform, and then just know, like, it's not immediate ROI. You know, like that was a huge roadblock for me. It's no, it cost me this to get them in the door. And then how can I service them from there? If it cost me $100 to get them in the door, so be it. If I lose money on the front end, it's irrelevant. Because when we do a good job here, they might tell 2 people.
Yeah.
So, you know, double down. It'll feel like you're losing, but have faith. You know, when you start getting those people in and you get those initial sales, like whatever you're doing, whatever your product is, get their emails, get their names, and then start doing a targeting campaign based on that. It'll work for you, man. I promise you. That's my best advice.
Also, I've got a friend who runs an agency and does Facebook ads regularly. He's generating about 160 leads a month for around about a $6,000 spend. His biggest problem is getting a sales team to deal with the leads and convert them well. So you can get a steady flow using something like Facebook ads. He's got really good videos out there, and he does a good job of it. So again, that's just another little thing I throw there. But I think putting yourself out there, you know, Chris will get stuff based on his YouTube and promotion, and you've just got to put yourself out and about there, whether it be through paid ads, whether it be in YouTube, whether it be on whatever. You've just got to make sure that people see you more and demonstrate and flex your expertise and knowledge. And I don't think you go far wrong from there, Gaming Guru.
Yep. I do 6 posts a day on all socials. Like I have multiple YouTubes, LinkedIn, Twitter, whichever one organically takes off, there's your ad. So there you go, my friend.
There you go. Jeff Meakin, quick question. What do you use for checking if links are indexed in bulk?
SEMrush.
Can't really argue with SEMrush, can you?
No, I love SEMrush. But you can get more. Sometimes we'll check Ahrefs. Ahrefs is 200. SEMrush is 5. Majestic is 4. SEMrush is the winner. Winner, chicken dinner, and they're the lowest cost per, what do they call it? Per call.
Yeah.
SEMrush for the win on that particular instance. But then there's other tools too that will piggyback. You could probably maybe get it cheaper somewhere else, but I don't want to go looking. I value that time. I don't want to go looking. SEMrush does a good job. They're cheap. That's who.
Yeah.
Hope that helps, man.
It will do.
Do you know a better one though, Craig? Or SEMrush?
I would probably use SEMrush in all honesty. Yeah, I do think you can. I'm a SEMrush fan, and that's it. So I'm probably showing favoritism, but hey.
Now, it just dawned on me too. Let's just say that I'm inside of a client account and I don't want to ding their API credits for whatever instance. If you have Scrapebox, you can check links there as well. So I'm sure there's a tool out there that just does that.
Yeah.
Scrapebox is one of them. So hope that helps you.
Cool. Glenart, good to see you. My company spent 1.2 million last September on paid YouTube ads. We spent another 1 million on paid search. What has been your experience with spend on YouTube and its correlation to organic search numbers? Have you done YouTube ads, Chris?
Very consistently, organic as well. I personally like social traffic as opposed to Google traffic. I know YouTube and Google are the same, but like if I'm running on, say, Twitter or YouTube, in order to get a click, let's just say it's $2 over on Google for that same click, same keyword, same person, I might pay $4 to $6.
Yeah.
So I'm able to get it slightly cheaper. So that's all. And then sorry.
No, carry on.
Then too, like the stuff that I want, if it's service-based, like these guys are ruthless. Like if you want to run for backlinks, forget about it. You want to run for citations, $20 a click. So I was forced to find another opportunity. But yeah, social.
I would agree. I think spending your money on Google is of course going to be more expensive. I get really good results from YouTube. Does it result in organic search? Of course it does. I think it massively does. I'm not saying don't spend those amounts of money on each. You've clearly spent more on paid YouTube ads in this instance and spent a similar amount on paid search. I would probably be 70-30, 80-20 in favor of social against Google ads. I've got a couple of e-com stores, and even with Facebook ads and things like that, we get more bang for our buck than we do on Google. So I would probably say 70-30, 80-20 even is the kind of split that we personally do. Just the price of Google ads is just going up and up and up. And for some bizarre reason, people don't take other traffic sources as serious. And for me, that's an opportunity to get, like Chris says, a cheaper same person into your business. So I would definitely be looking to spend more on YouTube, that's for sure. And I think YouTube's massively working well for me. Even the YouTube promotions tab and everything else, people see my following or subscribers massively going up. I'm just spending a fortune on that whilst it's there, while it's working effectively, while it's that price. I am literally filling my fucking boots and throwing as much at it as I possibly can. So if you nearly fall off your chair because I somehow have went from 200,000 to 400,000, it has cost me a fair chunk of cash, but I'm confident in making that cash back as a result. So
I don't know if you noticed this though. So we'll go in, let's just say we got 300 promoted subscribers. But when I go into the back end of the video and look at subscribers gained, it doesn't. So if I gain 300 on the same video that I ran the promoted, like it's promoted, not a regular ad in YouTube. If I go and look at the video analytics, it doesn't showcase the subs. Do you think it's just a glitch? They didn't fix it? Or do you think there's, I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh no, there's something that doesn't add up as well in this. Now, have I seen increased video views on other stuff? Yes, 100%. There's something not adding up, and I'm going to make the assumption that their system doesn't quite understand what it's doing to itself just yet. It can't be botted, Chris. It just can't be fucking botted. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I genuinely believe that it's real people and real engagement. But like you say, when you look at things in the back end, you're like, something's not quite added up here. I'm hoping that it's a glitch, and whatever. But I'm giving YouTube a fuck ton of money for it, and I've just got to go with the best intentions that that's what they're giving me. So
see, I started thinking like, yeah, I ran the promotion here. It said I gained 300 subs. I look at the video, it gained 112. Like, just because I'm promoting this, are they? Yeah, it's got to be some glitch. Like, I'm like, are they showing other videos? Are they tracking them? Hey, if they came in and watched this video, are they tracking if they then subscribed and then doing that? You know, I just thought I just noticed that. And I was like, did that happen to you too?
Yeah, no, definitely. It's happened to everyone I've spoken to about it. So
fair enough.
We've had that very conversation. But Ursol says the niche website guys spend a lot of time slagging off Grey Hat, so they'll struggle to go back on that and reposition into Grey Hat. I can't see any other way though, so they either shut it down or embrace Grey Hat. Yeah, it's you just got to play the game that's in front of you, and if you're going to be sitting there saying it's white hat or whatever, it's just not an argument I would really get involved in. You either do the job or you don't, and whether that's seen as grey hat or whatever, who gives a fuck? I'm just here to make as much money as I can. So, yeah, I'll be whatever hat you want me to be.
Charlie needs a Ferrari.
Yeah, Charlie needs a Ferrari. I need a Ferrari, and someone's got to pay for it. So, and it's a results-driven business. So, yeah, the more results people get, the more I'm likely to get. But there we go. Exactly. But Eric, our press release is a good way of acquiring backlinks. I was looking at Chris's press release distribution product. Our press releases short-term links. So how do you want to answer that?
I mean, people position it all different ways. As far as us, I'm pretty transparent. Some sites purge earlier than others. This is across any and all press release distribution channels. Now, if you're creating a press release and there's 500 links, some sites might purge in 90 days. Other sites might purge 2 years. You know, I have market watches that are up. It's been 3 years. Digital Journal, 3 years. So are they short-term links? Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Some of them purge at different times or rates. As far as an effective strategy, I mean, we have a low cost, relatively safe. You're not supposed to build any links, remember? So that's why I say relatively safe. So I have a low cost, high equity proposition. I like them for getting those bursts to top level pages or city pages that are being stubborn. Heck yeah. Plus on top of it, I get the added benefit of maybe an embed. And don't forget the co-citation, name, address, phone number, description, right? I like them a lot. That's all I have to say about that. Heck yeah.
Hopefully that answers your question, Eric. And yeah, I would tend to agree with what Chris has said anyway. You know, from the outside looking in, some will purge quicker than others. That's just the nature of the game. But I think what Chris has said has been totally honest. And that's what we see with a lot of these press releases. So same shit. But
are you a little tired, Craig?
Tired?
Yeah, you feel a little tired today?
Maybe a bit. Why?
Feel a little down? I don't know.
I'm just fucked.
You seem like yeah. That's all. I'm basically saying, like, damn, you all right, bro?
I'm good. I never slept on Monday night or Sunday night, and it's fucked me up. So yeah, I was in pain all of that night. So didn't get a good sleep, and I'm still trying to catch up. So there we go.
Love that. Burning the candle at both sides. I know that game very well.
I wish it was, but it was the old kidney stone playing up. So I was lying in agony. So it was not fun.
That's still, that's not fun.
But Zach Ballon is saying, for affiliate site, do you set up Shopify and insert your affiliate products into product pages?
I can only speak from, I've worked with the rug company. They had physical goods, in bulk. They had a product, they had a SKU, they had different colors, sizes. That's what they put into the store. I just personally recently, I want to try it out for myself. So we just launched a Shopify. So I have a digital product. I have multiple different SKUs, I guess, if you want to look at it. Whatever your item is, you load it in. I don't know if that answers your question, but I don't know what to say about that.
I mean, you don't have to have Shopify, Zach, to do affiliate. I could have a page on a WordPress website talking about, I don't know, the Malmaison Hotel in a specific area, and I could have my Book Now affiliate link in it. You don't have to have Shopify to do affiliate. That's definitely not the case. A big button on a standard page leading someone to the affiliate URL is all you need to do. But you could essentially build it out in Shopify and stuff like that. But that's a lot of hard work for something you don't really. How's that going to work? That's not really affiliate. You'd have to either drop ship or hold stock more for that type of setup. For affiliate, you just need to lead someone to the website in question, whether that be SEMrush or whatever. Job done, easy peasy. So yeah, you don't need to have Shopify. But if that doesn't answer your question, feel free to put a further question in the chat. And guys, keep the questions coming. We are doing them on a first come, first served basis. But yeah, keep them coming. We've still got half an hour nearly to go. Ursol is saying Google asking for things like utility bills to verify GMBs. What do you think about falsifying these documents, Chris?
I think it's against Google's guidelines. I think that's up to the webmaster.
Okay, let me rephrase this for Ursol. Have you known or ever seen someone falsifying the documents and getting away with it?
Definitely.
Hopefully that answers your question, Ursol. There's a few guys doing really well with that. That's all I can say on that. But yeah, be careful. Falsifying documents is never. Yep.
Gather up your documents, and then what I would do is hire out of the US or whatever zone you're in. Have them do the work for you. Because I don't know what it is, but they generally find it difficult to find, particular bill types or tax documents. So you might have to do the legwork to help them out, but I would definitely have them allocate or execute if you were to do something like that. I would never, but if you were going to, that's how I'd do it.
Cool. Volley Guru, you guys don't usually talk about AI content. What do you think about generating AI content for service plus location pages and general pages for local SEO? Do you know any master prompts?
AI is moving so rapidly, that we're curating the data that it's going to write based on a fine-tuned model of what's currently ranking and performing. And then on top of that, feeding it, if let's say it's a lawyer, feeding it actual electoral data. Like it's in the books, like from Harvard. And then, okay, here's what's currently performing. And then, okay, this is the persona that we're making. And then on top of that, the prompt engineering, I'm not a prompt engineer, but I completely understand how to make a personality or a persona and how to fine tune to get a model that's could be copy paste content. But then with the advanced prompting, the only reason I like the prompting is because, well, what's Google rewarding? So I would go out and scrape. Like, how many headers do I need? Okay, out of those headers, how many of them are optimized? And then we'll base our prompting off of that. But it's already with a fine-tuned model. It'll probably cost you $400 to get a tune. But if you have a law firm client and they're doing personal injury and this is the type of content that they want, it's worth the few $100s. You know, it might be slightly more because they're always adding stuff each practice area, but that's what I would do. So with that being said, do you know any master prompts? There is so many, what do they call these? Prompt crafters, right? Prompt engineers. I'm sure you can find them out there. But what I would focus my attention on is how do I get the most out of the models that we have access to? And that's where I would focus my attention.
Cool.
Cool.
Hopefully that answers it. But Volley Guru, because we don't talk about it too much, doesn't mean it's not part of the day-to-day use. I'm just not a fan of mass-generated AI content and slapping it all around the place without any human editing. I've not seen any proof that that works. I've tried it and failed miserably with it, which I think I've shared on certain videos where it, you know, the website done well and then fell off a cliff. So I'm still very much where I think you do need the human editing side of it as well. But that's just where I'm at. But Volley Guru has another question. Chris, I saw you recommending group buy SEO tools. Are you still using group buy tools? Craig, what is your take on this? Is it safe? Is it ethical? Is it legal? What do you think? So Chris, I'll let you answer first.
All right. So a large percentage of my user base is not in the United States. So being able to coming out of pocket $100, $200, $300, that's a lot of money to some. So do I recommend it? Definitely. If you're in a position where I need access, you know, their $20 is different than my $20, you know? So if you're in a position and that's what you need and you need the tool in order to do your job, then yes, I recommend it. Right. But once, you know, if you stay focused long enough, you can, you know, invest in your business and then get those tools. Right. So do I recommend it? If you need it, definitely. And I've used them heavily. That's how I know where all of them are. And I know which one's the best. On top of that, though, I still utilize a group buy for API, certain types of credits, for certain types of tools. Like I pay for Ahrefs, Majestic, and SEMrush, but there are other little tools that we utilize that I do use the group buy for. Now, ethical. I mean, I feel fine with it. Legal. I'm purchasing a service from a company. It never says anything about anything. It's actually their IP. It's their dashboard. It's on their server. The legality wouldn't fall on me. It would fall on them. It's their proxy. It's all the traffic's ran over their server. So legality would be on them. Ethical. I don't see anything wrong with it. Yeah, especially if I'm sampling tools and I don't want to pay. You know, no, it's fair. People might disagree, but come on, you guys. You know, you never did a little group buy action. You know,
I think, you know, for me, whether it's safe, the things that I would highlight, yes, it's safe to use. Yes, it works. You know, blah, 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 blah. Is it safe to use? Yes. But if you're going on to SEMrush, for example, you know, and you want to do a site audit and all that kind of stuff, this is where it becomes problematic because there might not be any space left to do an audit and all that kind of stuff. So, and you can't go back to that audit because, you know, when you log back in, someone's probably wiped it out and put their shit in there. You know, so that type of thing would kind of annoy me. Is it ethical? I think Chris hits the nail on the head. You know, I don't know what other people's backgrounds come from, but, you know, certainly the background I come from, and probably very similar to Chris, sometimes it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and if your back's against the wall and you need to somehow climb the ladder and you're on the bottom rung and you don't have money, but you need that tool, then you've got to do what you've got to do. Whether your ethics prevent you from doing that or whatever, That's entirely on you. Is it legal now? Chris is right what he said. The legality side of it lies with the person who's providing the logins. I do know that SEMrush and various other people have departments looking to stop this from happening.
Sure.
They're looking at IPs and they're looking at this, that, and the next thing, which is why they're sat on VPSs now. So it's it's obviously a big problem for these companies as well. And if I was the owner of SEMrush, I would be fucking livid that people were taking a freebie if I put myself in the SEMrush shoes. But on the flip side, I've been there where I've had no money, no budget, and had to do things, and I'm fine with that. I'm quite happy to hold my hand up and say, yeah, I've done it. I'm not ashamed to admit these things. So ethically, I do what I need to do to provide for my family. So I don't have any problem with it. But yeah, that's my kind of take on it. If you can, build up to affording it, then happy days. And I'm pretty sure someone deep inside of SEMrush would say, yeah, we would take a guy like that would, maybe use a hooky version at the start, but they build themselves up and then they become a long-term customer. I'm pretty sure SEMrush would be like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. We get this guy's money for every month for the next 5 years after maybe a year of using the hooky version to basically build up his income. So that's my view on it, but that's my personal view, not SEMrush's. So
That's
Dune, good to see you, mate. Oi, oi.
Oi.
Eric McDonald, perfect. Thanks, guys. And Zach, we answered your question. Gaming Room Guru, how do you scale your SEO practice, and should you?
Should. Well, what do you want? What is it that you want when you lay in bed at night? What do you see? When you're in the shower, what do you see? Are you in that shower, or are you showering in marble? Right? What's the dream? So that's up to you, right? I'm sure there's much better vehicles than scaling an agency for SEO service or, SEO. There's a lot of vehicles out there. So that's up to you. Now, as far as how, I think that's evolving. It adds free content, free courses, paid stuff, dude, content, doing podcasts with people, speaking, dude, madness. Anything that you possibly can, dropping mailers, taking half-page ads, putting your link at the bottom of websites that you've worked with. Countless, anything that you could think of. Being visible within certain marketing channels where, like Black Hat World will say. So being visible, anything, anything. But yeah, what do you got, Craig?
You've also, how do you scale it, and should you? All you can really say is that what you want? How you scale something. I think people scale it in different ways. They use outsource work or workers overseas to keep costs down, and they've got good SOPs and stuff. I've got a friend who has 20 plus staff. Not one of them are based in the UK. This guy's based in the UK, and he's been able to scale and grow his business. He's one of these kind of freaks who are very into the processes and documenting everything, and he's been able to grow and scale his business at a really affordable price because he's leveraging countries with lower costs of living. And should he do that? Of course he should. Why wouldn't you? Scaling is something you have to do if you want to make more money and grow. Should you do it? If you're hungry for the money, then yes, do it. But try and do it in the most cost-effective way. And can you leverage countries with a lower cost of living as part of that scaling process, then the answer is yes, and you'd be a fool not to. Who the fuck wants to pay, X amount to some local staff? Of course, you do need some local staff. I'm not disputing that, but I think if you're making money from SEO and you're good at SEO, why wouldn't you want to scale it? You need to scale the things round about you that you can't do or won't want to do or whatever. And that can even be down to the accounting side of things, the admin side of things. Grow your business and get somebody to do the shit you don't like doing. Get them to do the heavy lifting and all the grunt work. And it'll allow you to carry on and grow the business, work on the business rather than work in the business. So you have to look at it that way. So that's all I can really add.
Man, but you led into it though. The piece with, where do you want to go? And you spoke about the gentleman that had the processes down, right? Mm-hmm. That is there's a book, it was helpful in understanding this thinking. It's called Rocket Fuel. There's like two different types, but cementing a integrator, the person that does that and finds joy in that, like making all the cogs work.
Yeah.
Crucial, crucial.
Yeah. But Jeff Meakin, CTR manipulation, micro workers or other good alternatives, Chris?
Well, there's multiple flavors of traffic and click-through rate manipulation, right? Is it for the App Store? Is it for the Kindle? Is it for YouTube? Is it for maps? Is it for websites? There's a plethora of different, platforms to drive traffic and influence CTR for, right? So, but what is this micro workers? So micro workers is good for, it can be good for maps, for the bursts. And I have found it to be slightly effective depending on which countries you're utilizing. And when are you posting your ad and what are you willing to pay for some YouTube stuff? So micro workers is an option, but there's a lot of options out there now. So there you go.
Yeah. I think like Chris says, what are you manipulating? Is it organic? Is it stuff like that? Now, if you're wanting to manipulate organic, you want traffic coming from a specific area or country or whatever. Obviously, people like Chris sell mobile proxies and all that kind of stuff. But that's a different thing. But if you're using micro workers and you're trying to do organic with it, you're going to struggle because a lot of these micro workers and the IP addresses associated with it are probably in Asia. Now, sending a whole heap of people to your organic page from that particular side of the world, is it going to do a lot for your rankings? Probably not. Is it going to do a lot for your local SEO and all that kind of stuff? No, that's why people use mobile proxies. Does it work for YouTube and various other things? Then, micro workers does. So it depends on what you're trying to manipulate. But there are other ways, Jeff, and it doesn't have to necessarily be done by a tool. You do have CTR Booster, where you can use mobile proxies and you can do a lot of stuff. You can simply just use paid ads to drive traffic to a page or a GMB or whatever the hell it is you're trying to play with. So there are a lot of different ways to drive traffic, and obviously that traffic and engagement on a page or whatever it might be is likely to help, but you have to think of the bigger picture. What are you trying to do? Send local traffic to your local pages or use mobile proxies. It's as simple as that. And obviously guys like Palmer have those in his shop at chrispalmer.org if you're interested in looking at the mobile proxies. But it really depends on what you're trying to manipulate. But Chris, your mobile proxies, what are people using them for? Is it just GMB shit, or what else do you see them using it for?
Scraping is a big one. So scraping, account creation, scraping, and then mostly just traffic tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot is the account creation, stuff like that. Yep.
Hopefully that helps you, Jeff. ChrisPalmer.org if you're interested.
There you go.
For that. Gaming Room Guru, do you actually see SEO as we know it being a thing in 1, 2, 3, 5 years? Should I start thinking about retirement?
I'm no matter what, even in the last decade, SEO has massively changed. So is it going to be the same as today? Definitely not. What is it going to be? Hard to say. Now, as far as the retirement is concerned, I don't think so. I doubt it. You're going to have to stay active. Now, whether this is stamp collecting or doing SEO, you're going to have to occupy your mind. So that's up to you.
Yeah, but SEO will still be here, I believe. Just it evolves and changes, but there'll still be people doing things to pull the strings in the background. So I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon.
I think Google, does Google like us though?
No.
Like, okay.
We're bastards, Chris. We're bastards.
We're a massive piece of the ecosystem though.
Yeah.
Maybe not me individually, but all of us together, Yeah. Yeah. I just hope that they love us,
I can't see it, Chris. They wouldn't do the things they do if they loved us.
All those penalties. Yeah. You're right.
But maybe it's just to flush some of the rogue SEOs out the market. Who knows? But, honey, famous question. What percentage of exact match anchor should I allocate for a homepage having exact keyword in the domain for a single homepage website?
Man, I feel is this a fun question for her? Is she busting my chops? Honey, I don't think it's going to be a certain percentage. If I were to even look at a number just to get a general understanding of what's going on, what I would take a look at is what are the top performers utilizing? Like, are they super anchor rich? But or is it diverse between brand and exact? I might look at the competitors, I'll look at the competition just to see, hey, can I get away with a little bit more? But usually it's going to be brand, exact, or naked. Like that's that, So whatever that percentage is, that's really up to you. That's why you're the webmaster. But I can't give you a precise number. Hard to say.
Cool. Good answer.
Oh man, why? What do you think?
People that ask that question, of a percentage, you could pluck a percentage out your ass and run with it. Do you use exact match stack? Do you need to use an exact match anchor on a page that has the exact keyword in the domain for a single page website? No, you don't. Just you can use it to a certain degree because it's branded anyway. But I would be still trying to mix that up a hell of a lot and probably not do too much of it. I just don't want to be seen as spammy as shit. But yeah, I can't give you an exact percentage of it. I would go I'm the cautious. I'd be in the cautious side. I'd be very, very careful in what I was doing and the circumstances that you're in. Is that anchor text going to make a huge amount of difference? Because the domain is a keyword-rich domain name anyway. So any kind of link at that is probably likely to propel it upwards, regardless of what was in the anchor. So I don't think you have to be going heavy in the anchor or trying to come up with some percentage. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't think you have to worry about that. I think pushing links to that homepage that are relevant and everything else, you'll get to where you need to be. So just play safe on the anchor is what I would say. That's all I can say. I can't say 3% or 10% or 50% or anything like that. Just play safe.
Do you view naked anchor text as safe?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Naked URL. That's just the fucking naked URL. Like,
yep.
Yeah, I would say that's relatively safe. And I'm not saying don't use the exact match anchor at all. I'm not saying that, but just play safe.
Of course.
But Jeff recently noticed that GBP or GMB, whatever the fuck you're calling them, recommendations from Google include using Google Maps API. Do you have any experience with testing if this gives any kind of boost in rankings?
Notice that GBP, GMB recommendations from Google? Interesting. I never noticed that they gave a recommendation other than when you look at their assets, most notably the website they used to give you complimentary. They had certain things within that page, like the directional map. It wasn't just a map, it was a directional map. So I have seen them utilizing the APIs within their own assets. So that's why I would use it. As far as testing is concerned, pushing traffic to those particular assets can be of use. This is why have you ever noticed these sites that they'll do the drive stacks and then they'll put a bunch of embeds on a page? Yeah. I've noticed significant increases, not significant, maybe from 20 to 12, something like this, by running traffic to a page that has a boatload of embeds on it. So yes, I like using the embed, but I don't want to put 27 embeds onto a page to try to get a boost. It hurts user experience. But I think there's multiple things you can do with those API URLs. Traffic is one of them for sure. But don't go crazy. You don't double down, so
yeah.
I hope that helps you.
Nerdy Romero says, please note, CP is not a lawyer and his words should not constitute legal advice. He's not mentioned me, so maybe you're assuming I am a lawyer, Nerdy, just because of the elegant way that I put it. But yeah, I'm also not a lawyer, guys. So anything that I've said, blame
Just
Chris.
get that on file. For the record.
Honey, does a 200 domain PBN with reverse proxy on 5 to 6 hostings can rank any local website in a specific niche like roofing in just a month? Considering PBN domains are also niche specific like roofing.
There's multiple factors to this, but hypothetically, if I have 200 domains, like what are the links pointing to those domains? How many referring domains are there? There's a lot of questions, but could you have 200 referring domains that you control and be able to rank for roofing? Definitely. I would venture to guess that in a lot of cities, unless it's a huge city, they probably only have 90 to 150 links. So it would just be a double whammy bonus if I had 200 high referring domain count, all sitting on unique IPs that are category specific, and the links that are pointing to them are category specific, and the traffic the sites are getting is about roofing. Woo! Yeah, you're going to be ranking. That would be a beautiful thing. Not in every city, though.
Yeah.
Be helpful.
We still have a few questions to go, so we'll quickly go through them. We've got a minute to go. I'm having luck building electrical websites, adding links from each onto the next footer. Craig and Chris, is this a method you would do? So effectively linking your PBNs together, Chris, using the footer. Would you do that?
No.
No.
No way.
Scrap that. Doing don't interlink your own shit. That's
Now, I will note this though. I have seen gentlemen and ladies that have a true private network for their own assets. But it wasn't huge though. Like it was just a few sites, and they did link them together, never had trouble. But what I would never do that or recommend it. All the trouble of the footprint that you're trying to alleviate as much as you can. Nah, like that's just a clear indicator. And then on top of that, go take a look at the blog spots. Like when you get a bunch of them linking and then it's a notable thing, like SEMrush is able to point it out. It'll make you bright red suspicious. Yeah. And that's SEMrush. I mean, I know they're a big company, but so if they could do it, Google can do it.
Yeah.
You know, you get 5 or 6 in a row and they're all connected. Boom, suspicious.
Yeah. Be careful with that, Dune.
Yeah.
Milan does look good there, so looking forward to it. For anyone who wants to learn about affiliate marketing, I'm in Milan, start of June at an affiliateexpo.it. Looks like a great event. Never been, but it looks good. So thank you for reminding me, Ursul. John Wayne, thoughts on Grindstone's helpful content update thesis that it's about exact and partial match anchors from weak domains, including image scrapers that link with the title tag, and that disavow and force recrawl recovers. So do you think that thesis works? Have you heard of it?
Man, it's so interesting. I just talked to somebody that had a site that was very similar to Grindstone's HCU thesis, that it's about exact and partial match anchors from weak domains, including image scrapers that link with the title tag and then disavow forced recrawl recovers. In that case, yes. But who's to say? In that particular instance, it sounds like a yes. But I'm sure there could be a whole nother line of people that will say, nah, nope. You know, so that's all I can say.
Yeah. And last but not least, Volley Guru, is GMB parasite SEO a thing? I saw a map pack ranking for a competitive keyword like SEO service plus city, and in the website button, it had the URL to a Medium article.
Yep. Yeah, for the longest time, for some businesses that had more than one GBP, they had their main that was pointing to the website. We were using Facebook pages. So I've seen parasite usage to success. So Medium, that's interesting. I never did Medium, but Facebook, yes. So sweet. Yeah, awesome.
Follow what is winning is what we always advise. So
yeah, but go if you have a site and you have a page or a city that's specific to the service plus city, I would much rather point it to that internal page than to a Medium blog. Just saying. Now if I have multiple GBPs and multiple listings, we don't want to point those all to the homepage. In fact, we must point those to internal pages. Just saying. Yeah. For reference. So that was fun towards the end. It always heats up at the end. Dang it. I was just on a roll, I brushed off that client call,
Yeah.
It literally had me sweating when we first got on, dude. I was like, phew. I was feeling the pressure, man. Jeez.
But good session, guys. We appreciate the questions. But before you do go, please leave us a like, give us a comment on the video. Do check out chrispalmer.org for all things that Chris does. Check out the news guy. The link is below if you're interested in digital PR. And last of all, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, guys. We're back here, same time next week, doing the same thing again. So make sure you join us, and we'll catch you next week.
See you next week.
See
Thank
you
you.
later.